Alright guys, so now I'm going to be changing the center support bearing on my drive shaft. This one is from Marine Automotive. I brought it from FCP. Alright, so if you guys can see that, that's like a whole bunch of torn rubber. So this one has new rubber, it's pliable, and this is just about to rip off. Before you take this apart, you're going to want to mark it. I have mine marked. I kind of marked it a couple times, but this is the main mark that I made and should retain the orientation. For some weird reason, this nut is already loose, so it's an 18 mil. I'm just gonna keep on loosening it. It's at the point where I could kind of like turn it with my hands. It's fully loose, and I can now separate the two halves. Alright, so I pretty much got that orientation like super marked. I even marked the spines a little bit, and now I'm just go ahead and pull this off. Alright, so got the two halves separated. Alright guys, so back here today, and camera died yesterday, so didn't get to remove the bearing. But basically I got this tool tightened up all the way, and it's clamped down on the bearing right here, and I'm gonna just finish pulling it off. Alright guys, so I just came here to the shop with my boy Kevin, and we're just gonna, his gun is way stronger than mine, so I'm gonna just try to use his real quick. Alright, so it's coming off, and yeah, just go. Alright, and there we have it. Got the old bearing off, you know, preventative maintenance. Alright, so guys, now we're gonna get the new bearing pressed on. Alright guys, so now I'm just changing out this bearing in the back, and I'm gonna just keep packing this with wet paper towels, and then I'm gonna use this screw to get it out. Yo, so making progress here. We almost got the bushing pulled out. You can see where the rust is. That's where it was seated, and now it's like coming out of the sleeve. So I'm just keep hammering it using this screw and this hammer. Got a new one right here, and we're just gonna get that pressed in. Okay, so our guy Ryan here just used the bearing press to press that in. We got it fully seated. Alright guys, so I kind of messed up in the last video. I pressed the bushing in too far, so it was flush, and it wasn't supposed to be flush. When taking a look at the old bushing, I seen this like a line of rust. So I guess that's how far the old bushing was pressed in to the drive shaft. So you want to retain that same orientation when pressing in the new bushing. You don't want it to sit flush. So what I did was I grabbed a digital gauge caliper and I just measured the rust area and it was 4.5 millimeters. 3 Series service manual, it says install this bushing with a depth of 4.5 millimeters. So I set digital caliper to 4.5 millimeters, and I measured this section of rest right here on the old bushing, and then I matched it up on my new bushing. So we got 4.5 millimeters. So it's sitting correctly now. So guys, just be careful. Kind of mark the depth of the old bushing before you remove it, and match it up with the new one when installing it, so you don't have the same problem as me. But it's on point now, so now I'm just gonna get the drive shaft put back together and installed. So now that we got all these fresh parts installed on the drive shaft, we're just gonna get it put back together. Make sure the washer's in place. You should probably grease the splines a little bit before putting it back in. So I'll just get the splines greased up a little bit. It's kind of dry in there. So I'll get that lubed up. Make sure you put your washer back too. So this washer goes onto the drive shaft center bearing, and then you could just take the 2 halves and get them back together. See, the orientation is on point. Get it tightened up. Alright guys, so I applied some thread locker to the threads before I put it in. Now I'm just threading it on with my hands until I could get enough room to fit my wrench in there, and I could try to torque it, tighten it back down to spec. Alright guys, so we got our drive shaft installed, torqued down. Everything else is looking straight up top. And now we're just gonna get our transmission mounts installed. So these are polyurethane. They're good for just holding up over time and not cracking like the OEM shit. Now I'm gonna install this new CV joint gasket. So I'm just gonna get this area cleaned up real quick, put the gasket on, and then re-grease it. Gasket installed, and now I'm just gonna get this back into place, seated into the differential.